Okay, we are back. This is day 7, and we are busy dismantling everything that's not our soul, everything that's not who we really are. We think we are these things, but we're not. And one of the things we really think we are is truisms, certain beliefs that we have about the world that we picked up from Abraham Lincoln or Benjamin Franklin, and we really think that those are real and true. But that's limiting you because they are not real and true. You can debunk all of these truisms, and when you do, you will wake up to a new reality and you realize that you can believe anything that you want. You're not limited by these truisms of the past. You can be a completely free thinker. You can come up with your own truisms, but at least don't be trapped in these truisms because they are not who you are. They are not the truth. Let's go through just what Google brings up as the most famous truisms, and let's debunk every single one of them. The first one says, some things never change. Well, is that true? Well, doesn't everything change? Isn't reality itself a particle or a wave? Isn't everything waving all the time? I would say that there is nothing that never changes. Everything changes. Everything is a wave in some sense. And so everything changes all the time. It is what it is. That's another truism. It is what it is. Well, I could say it's not what it is. We can take a computer and make an internet business and make $1 million. That is not what it is. A computer was not made to make $1 million, but we can take something that's a tool and use it to do something amazing. Okay, the next one is patience is a virtue. Well, I could say it's actually more of a virtue to get stuff done, to take massive action. If you're too patient, you will be reticent to take the action needed to be successful. It says the apple never falls far from the tree. Well, that's not really true either. All the time, kids break out of the patterns of their parents. It's not like every parent gives birth to a child that does exactly or even similar to what they do. Kids can be completely different. They're completely unpredictable. And this truism is not true. Next, it says you are responsible for your own success and your own failure. Well, some say we are all responsible for each other. That's a tenet in Judaism and mysticism. We are responsible for each other. So this tenet is not true. Success breeds success. Well, what about people who are just starting out for the first time and have beginner's luck? They didn't have any success and they became successful. You must be a friend to get a friend. Well, what about people who just have friends that are people that just make a lot of money? They can have friends, and maybe they'll become real close friends if they spend some more time with each other. So it's not necessarily true that you must be a friend to get a friend. And finally, money doesn't buy happiness. Well, that may be true in studies to a certain extent. Over a certain limit, money doesn't make you happy. But when you're severely in debt, and you have a lot of creditors that are coming after you, money does make you happier. It actually does. And that's what I'm trying to give you in this course as we go on. Be able to get out of those money pickles. But none of these truisms are actually true. If you're a free thinker, you will realize that you can debunk and you can also believe in them to the extent that they are true. Because there is some truth to them. There's some truth to them, and there's some truth to the debunking of them. And you need to stand above these truisms and say, I'm going to take out of them what they have to offer. I'm going to take the truth that they have, and I'm going to focus on that. But I'm also going to realize that I'm not limited by these truisms. These are not my truth. These things that people say are true are not actually true. There is a greater truth, and that is the fact that you can believe whatever you want to believe. And when you start to believe that you are not limited by these truisms, and these truisms are like God, they're not God. They're not unbelievably accurate. They have a lot of weaknesses and fallacies. And as soon as you realize that you can point out fallacies in basically everything, you will start to realize that you are all powerful. You will start to realize that you can believe whatever you want to believe, and you can find the truth and the falsehood in anything, and you can peel away the falsehood and eat the fruit and enjoy what is true about everything. So everything has some truth, everything has some falsehood. You can take the truth and leave behind the falsehood. You can believe anything you want, and that makes you a lot more powerful and a lot closer to your soul.